Hi, we are here at the Southwest Reining Futurity. My name is Ido Bressler. This is Fred, Chicken Special. I showed him yesterday in the Open Futurity. He was really good for me. We marked 215. We ended up 4th in the level 1 and 7th in the level 2. Won a little less than 3,000, and we had a good show so far. He was really good for me. So Fred here, he's a Gunner Special Knight out of a mare named Chick-fil-A, actually. That's a funny name. Francesca Stenberg owned him. Chick-fil-A is by Tilsenlik. Francesca had been very successful on the mama of him. Earlier this year, my boss John, he showed a full brother to him too. He marked 218.5 and won the level 2 in Tulsa on him. And I got to ride him. I started riding him in May of this year. I showed him in Tulsa. That was the first time I showed him two-handed in Snaffle. And he was a 213.5, and I ended up actually top 10 over there as well. And then we got back home. We gave him some time off. He was great for me. I got him ready for one-handed and then brought him over here, and he was really good again. And I felt like the preparation were great, and I really felt like he just did his part. We both came ready. I was ready mentally. He was hooked since the moment I hopped on his back. The run was really good for me. Went in there, turned great both way. I plus half my right set of turns. Actually plus half 2 set of circles, which that's a huge improvement for him. And then that horse the moment you turn the corner and you just run down there, that's the fun part about him. No matter what speed you go, and it doesn't really matter what ground it is, the moment you say the word, he buries himself. So I was very, very pleased with him. And this year, it's kind of my first year that I've been doing it. I'm working for John for almost 4 years now. And I always have a lot of help from him and from the rest of the team. We're a big group over here and at home. This year, I kind of did it more on my own, on the standpoint of John always watching me and kind of tell me what he feels as far as how it looks like and stuff. But I just have a little more easier time getting them ready now that I feel more comfortable with the program, and I kind of learn how they need to feel for me when I go show him. And he was just really good for me. Like, I was very pleased and very happy with him. So this is Frost. We call him, his full name is DB Jack Frost. He's a gelding by SG Frozen Enterprise out of a mare named Gunning for Jam. She's by Spuska the Gun. He's owned by Randy Shepard. I showed him over here yesterday as well. He was really good for me. I marked 212.5. We ended up being top 10 in the level 1. He prepared really good for me. He's kind of a big size horse, and the pen over here is a little bit smaller. But he was still very honest, very good. We ended up top 10. That's the second time I'm showing him. I showed him in 100X in Waco earlier this year in July, and he was really good over there. I ended up being top 5 in the level 1 and top 10 in the level 2 on him. He won probably right now about 2,000 between the 2 shows. He been money earner in both of them. I started riding him in January, and he's just been a really good horse for me. And I'm super thankful for Randy and all of his family for giving me the opportunity of riding him. He's a special horse for me. Very talented, very fancy going around. Just very, very nice horse. Always an eye catcher, and that's a privilege to ride a horse like that. So I'm originally from Israel, and I moved over here in 2021 to start working for Jonathan. I started riding when I was 6. One day my neighbor back home, she came back and she was all dressed up with the jeans and boots and stuff, and then I saw her and I'm like, I want to try and do that. That's really how I started with horses. I started riding when I was 6, and I just started getting lessons, like not even as far as sport, just to learn the basic of how to ride a horse. When I was 9, I started competing in the all-around disciplines. When I was 13, I moved to the cutting. I did a little bit of cutting until I was 15, and then when I was 15, I got introduced to a great reining trainer back home, and I just got hooked. The moment I hopped on a horse, and just the details and everything that you go through, getting a horse ready to show, and what those horses are capable of doing, that's what got me. So the moment I started that when I was 15, and it's actually 10 years right now. I just celebrated 25 2 weeks ago, so that's exactly 10 years that I've been riding reiners, and I'm hooked. Like, that's something I'm enjoying, waking up every day and go do it. And for me, I don't look at it as a job, because for me, being next to the animal, and I can do 14, 15, 17, sometimes even 20 hours a day, and it just doesn't feel like it's like it's a really job. I'm really having fun doing it with those horses, and they are more like friends to me. And for sure, they're doing so much for us that the least I can do is just to bring back whenever I can. So
He loves you.
yeah, he's such a good horse.
Yeah.
For sure, Jonathan, that he's been my mentor, my boss. I've been working for him for a little less than 4 years right now. For sure, all the preparation that we're doing as far as coming to a show and stuff, but even in real life, like I do feel like we just have a good bond together, and it's been working really great. Francesca, for sure, she's the owner of that special horse, and he was very good for me. All the team at Baruch, at home, over here, all the farriers, vet, all the people that have been helping us, all my family and friends from back home, without them I would never be over here. All the support my family gave me throughout the time of me doing it, and always be there on my side and pushing me to be better, that's for sure. Everybody from home that's supporting me, all the trainers, the people I ever got to work with, it takes a village. By the time we walk in the shop and the gate closed behind us, it's just me and the horse. But in order to get to that moment, there's so many people and so many hands going through the horse, myself, getting us all ready for that 4.5 minutes that it's time for us to go and do our job. So that's really it, basically, for it. And I feel like this year has been a very great year for me. So I'm just going to keep on going, and that's going to be basically my tip to anybody else who is younger or older that's watching. That's just make sure you follow in your dream, because it will pay off at the end. Hard work always pays off, no matter what.